Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Inside the Musical Mind. This is Peter Harris, and I am honored to be joined with Krysis the Prophet from Under Black Sky. Krysis, how is things going today? How are things going today?
Things could not be better. Thank you very much, Peter. Appreciate you.
No, thank you. You've got some big news on the horizon. You've got your debut full-length album coming out on October 24th. Fill us
We
in. What's
do.
going on
We
with that?
do. Yeah, it's there's a lot of really exciting things happening under Black Sky, so to speak. Our first debut full-length album, like you said, out. It's called Bad Blood, Chapter One. Comes out October 24th, which just happens to be right in the middle of a tour run that we're making, which we're excited about. And we're slowly leaking some sneak previews of some of the songs on the album coming out. We released our second single just earlier this week. So we're excited. We've got a lot of things planned for the rest of this year, and we have a feeling this album is going to be um, inspiring, for us and hopefully for everyone who listens to it.
Right, right. And I've heard what's come out so far. Firefly and I'll Show You is the newest
Sure.
single, right? Fantastic stuff. But now Under Black Sky has a whole mythos behind it. And can you help enlighten potential members as to what this world might be?
Well, sure. And it's tough to try to encapsulate in a short conversation. But we'll try to communicate as much as we possibly can through we have a Facebook group out there called The Order Beneath that we talk all specific about the codex, what's happening with Under Black Sky, what the mythos, what the lore is, what the storyline is behind what it is we're doing. Under Black Sky is basically and a lot of people say, well, that's really dark and it's really this, it's really that. And quite honestly, there is no light without darkness, right? So, we look at where the world is today and we kind of look at, well, what does this look like if we were trying to maybe write a science fiction movie here? What would this look
Hmm.
like, after post-apocalypse potentially, after, after the sky goes dark, what's left? And who are those voices? Who are the beacon of hope? Who is the beacon of light in a dark world? And I think that that's a question that if you pose to yourself and or anybody else that it'd be interesting to hear the answers. And when you start following the storyline, I think there's a lot of things that will connect with people, not just in some science fiction way, but I think in an everyday, we're dealing with dark things all the time. I mean, all you got to do is
Sure.
turn on the feed or look at the news, or man, it's terrible. And there's
Right.
just a lot of really dark stuff happening out there, and to ignore that is ignorance. And I think that if we continue to ignore that, I think that it's a self prophecy, so to speak. So
Very true.
I like the idea of where this is going, and like anybody, if you guys are watching something great on Netflix, or you see something you just can't take your eyes off, or you go from season one to season two to season three, you can't get enough of it. That's what I think you're going to get out of the storyline with Under Black Sky.
Right. Right. And that's cool. It's not only good music, it's a package. And with the whole world that you guys are showing, it's actually applicable to real life scenarios and how you deal with your everyday goings on.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. And so, like I said, I think we're creating a world that or a universe out there that you know doesn't exist, but does it? So,
Right.
and I think that you can be once you the further and further you get into the story, find out what we're doing, get connected to the music. You can make up your own mind about certain things. And I think that we always write certain things. We write songs for specific reasons, but we also try to leave it somewhat ambiguous so other people are listening to it will be able to latch onto something that might be happening, or they can really connect down that path we're going, but still have it meaning something to them.
Right. Right. Now I should mention that Under Black Sky consists of yourself, Krysis the Prophet, and you are on vocals, Beast the Executioner is on drums, Onyx the Seer on guitar, and Jax is the Redeemer on bass.
Yes.
Now, you guys are all various places, but you're all from the South, just different parts of the South. Do you think that informs your music writing on some level?
Sure. I mean, I think that we all draw on different energy, and I think that when you're a little bit detached from other people that you're writing with and things that are coming up, I think that the time that you do spend together collaborating becomes very, very important
Sure.
because the times that you do spend together are limited. And I think that, because we all see the same direction, we all see the vision of what's possible, and we all, buy into um, the full thing. It's like the full package. It's like I said, it's not just our buy into the music and where we believe the music can go, but we're all bought into the concept. We're all bought into the story. We're all bought into delivering a message that I think can connect on a different level and hopefully engage and communicate with people and bring them into a community.
Right. Now, you formed in 2023. Were you, the four of you, already acquaintances? Like, did you grow up together? Did you meet to form the band? What was the story?
So we did not grow up together. We all came from different backgrounds, different in some different cities, different states. But I'll to keep it somewhat out there. We brought in by something I think was larger than us. There's a reason why things happen. There's a reason why certain people align. There's a reason why certain people are put together. And I believe that this group of guys was put together because of something more meaningful. And I believe that the outlet to that is exactly what we're doing right now and what we're getting ready to unleash on the 24th.
I should ask on a musical note, curious, you've already got a backlog of songs that you've released on like on
Yes.
channels, streaming, that kind of thing. Drown, Burn It Down, several songs. They all are very polished, exceptional sound on them.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, like, when you got started, like, were you producing all this? The new album, is it produced by someone? Was it recorded in a studio? How were you doing the original songs? Because you didn't come out with here's some so-so songs and then we made a leap to sounding professional. You
Correct.
came out of the gate a foreign project.
We have all been doing this for years. In different projects, different bands. Where, trust me, if we had to go pull back the layers of the onion, oh, you'd hear
Sure.
some garage sounding recordings. There's no doubt about it. But we've been doing this for some time, and we believe that in order to, you almost have to look at it as you're creating the perfect storm. And you only have one shot at doing something amazing and leaving a lasting impact, and that goes everything down to production, how you sound. Everything comes down to the story that you're creating, the
Mhm.
message that you're communicating, the engagement with certain people. I mean, there is no shortcuts here. You can have the greatest music, but if you don't have the right production, people won't hear it the proper way, or it won't get to the where it needs to go. Therefore, you might be stuck. If you or maybe you've got this unbelievable connection with a fan base. A lot of people do this on social media. They just have this amazing connection, but maybe the music's lackluster.
Right.
And I look at it as all the pieces of the puzzle have to be there, and they have to be there from the beginning, or people won't take you seriously. And I think it reflects on who we are as individuals as well.
Sure.
And I think that
The short attention span.
sure is. And I think there's so many amazing artists out there. I mean, more artists, and I want to say artists, amazing artists that produce amazing music, and they're incredible talent. More so than ever in our entire history has there been this much talent where everyone can access it. So
And
in
people
order to
and
do
the
that,
artists have the access to make it. Right.
yes, that's correct. So going back to your answer, we have a great team of people under Black Sky. Maybe foreign NAG members to the public, But we have a great team of
Okay.
people behind us that, from a production standpoint to co-producing and to writing, we collaborate as much as we possibly can. My belief is we individually we can do something that's really good. But I look at why would you do something just really good when you can collaborate and do something that can be epic?
Sure.
So we don't shortcut. We will do whatever it takes to produce something that is worthy.
Right. Now, did you actually record it in a physical studio or was this into a DAW or
Both.
okay.
So yeah, both because there's because the distance is vast
Okay. Yeah.
between us. So yes, a little bit of
That's the
both.
reality these days, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
As far as you yourself, when did you know that you were going to pursue music and who were some of your formative influences? It could be non-musical influences, but
Sure. Ever since I was young, something grabbed me. That's why I'm so enamored with music, and
mm,
music transcends all things in my mind. There's, I mean, you go back and look at history and just, you know, I mean, to some of the classics, to Beethoven and some of Bach and some of these, and the music that was created. I mean, who thought of this? How did this? It comes from another world. It really
right,
does. And I think that over the years, it has just transformed. And along with that transformation, it's transformed people. And I don't know, and I know there's certain things when I hear certain songs or it takes me right back to that
sure,
particular memory. And I don't know about you, but everyone I've ever talked to had that same connection, that same exact story. Regardless of what the artist was or what song it was, their song comes on and they're automatically, it's like a time warp. They're
absolutely.
automatically transferred back to that exact time. You can smell the smell that you were smelling at that time, whether you
Hmm.
were 2 years old, 10 years old, whatever. And I think that that is fascinating, you know.
Right,
I personally have a ton of influences from a vocal influence on people that can um, that can from one spectrum to the other, all the way dating back to some of the earlier metal, hard rock type influences, to like the godfathers of those types of things, going back to like Black Sabbath or
right,
you know, because without them, nobody would be doing the things we're doing right now,
of course.
then to, certain artists that, from a vocal ability I mean, they can literally bring you to tears just on a measure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
In those types of things, once again, there's a certain level of connection that takes place when that happens. And I know that even as a young man or as a young child, even getting myself into music, I knew that having that kind of an impact on someone else's life, in a positive way, would be something that I just had to do. That's just what I had to do for my life.
No, I think it's very true. I think for the musically inclined and really immersed, you can that type of person will listen to I'm just gonna James LaBrie from Dream Theater and say,
Yes.
"Wow, listen to his voice." But you will
Yes.
also listen to Karen Carpenter from the
Yes.
'70s and like, "Geez, listen to her voice."
That's absolutely correct.
And there should be a universal acceptance of that. Just you may not want to listen to a whole album of the Carpenters, but you can listen to a song and go like, "Holy cow, listen to that
Yes.
perfection."
Yes. And where did that come from?
Right.
And so it definitely makes you question. I was talking to somebody earlier. We were talking about, when you're saying listening to a particular album in length, I think is a thing of the past, but it's one of the things that we would like to bring back and put in the forefront of listeners today, because they're so pressed for time, or their
Right.
bandwidth is so short and so limited. And I think that's half the trouble
Sure.
with the world today, when where before you could go back and you could listen to that Dream Theater album from song one to finish that album and
Right.
just bask in the glory of which they've created. And I think that I'd like to be able to see people do that again.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great if that can come back. Now, as far
I
as
like that.
the world building around Under Black Sky. Do you envision this evolving with each new project, or is it, do you envision like a static thing and weaving in and out of that static box?
No, I see this as a constant evolution. I think that as we when we're launching Bad Blood is chapter one,
Right.
and I believe that it's just the very beginning of something that may not see an end. You know, this is going to go. It was not planned to. It was not planned as a one and done gimmick. It wasn't a plan. It wasn't planned like that. It was a. We have a lot. Where there's a lot to talk about.
Right.
There's a lot to connect upon, and I think the more sometimes we tell in story form, the wider the audience, the more people we're going to attract. And we're not trying to attract people just for the sake of saying, "Hey, you're a fan. I like your music." We literally like to attract people into a community where you have something in common. You can communicate on certain things. You can voice certain things, and you know what? Some of the community that is created, I believe, as we evolve, will be have if not 60, 70, 80% of the reason for the decisions that are made as we evolve. Because we're not just making decisions as one, two, or three, or four people. We're making decisions as a movement or a community of
Right.
people.
Now, speaking of the movement, so the album comes out on October 24th. Ultimately, what are your goals? I know you have to keep that somewhat open-ended, but like, what are your goals for this album as a jumping off point or what have
So,
you?
yeah, no, that's a great question, and I think that our goal for the album is obviously one is to make a statement, and to basically come out to the rest of the world and say this is who we are, and this is what we stand for, and this is the world that we have created,
Hmm.
and this is just the beginning, from a goal perspective, we want to reach as many people as possible, in all parts of the globe. We want to bring them into that community that I was talking about. We want to be able
Right.
to create that movement. I mean, specific goals for the band. There's supporting, um, there's supporting tasks and things and goals that support the big goal, right?
Sure.
There's reasons that how are you going to get out there to all these people? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that?
Right.
And there's goals on every single one of those silos as well in order to try to accomplish that because it's a big stretch. Like I said, in a sea of you know, I mean, there's just chaos. It's
Yeah.
chaos.
You can't just cast a song on
You
Spotify. I feel
can't
like, yeah.
and say, guess what? Here we are. No,
Yeah.
this is a much larger um, task than I think any one of us have ever done before. And but you know what? Without the challenge, it wouldn't be worth it.
No, that's awesome. And the music is it's so well done and it really speaks and you've got a great sense of dynamics. You pull things in with, I don't want to give the impression like soft, but dynamics. You bring it
Sure.
from quiet and subdued to crashing in, and it's apparent that you definitely have a sense of the storytelling and a journey with the songs. Not to mention, like I said, the production is great. The guitars are tight, the drums, everything. Just the mix is very good. So
Thank you.
I'm
And it's
impressed. Yeah.
well, like I said, music is always and always will be the number one thing, right? And I
Right.
think that, and it's not just music; it's we want to create great songs. What I believe is, memories that were created with music initially was I get a vision of someone buying an album, it's a vinyl, let's call it,
Right.
and them sitting down and listening to that start to finish,
Right.
and then listening to it back again, and then listening to it back again, because with so much music out there today, and like you said, there's just it's okay. This has been done. It's been done, and they're all jockeying for the 30 seconds or 45 seconds of someone's ear. It's hard to do, and I get
Right.
it. I understand. But what if we could create that movement of listen, take some time to appreciate it,
Right.
take some time to, and if you're listening to, 12 songs back to back, you have to have some diversity in there, or you're going to
Right.
lose the listener. You'll lose me.
Right.
I want to take me on a journey. If I'm going to listen to an album, take me on a journey. Yes, I want to get heavy on that journey, but I also want to slow down a little bit and take a breather. Yes, I want you to take me into another universe. I want you to make me think. I want to feel something when I'm listening to this, not just on this one
Not
level.
160 beats a minute
You
for
got it.
right.
You got it. Yep.
Yeah, can't do it. I mean, well, it's great, but yet you're right. It doesn't work. It's fatiguing if you don't have
Yes.
peaks and valleys and right.
Absolutely. In
Right.
my opinion.
So you've got the Undead Roadshow,
Yes.
a bunch of dates. And I know you guys tend to make a very big production out of your shows. It's a show, not a performance. So much. Well, it's both, but you know what I'm
We
saying.
want
It's more than four guys on stage.
we'd like it to be an experience.
Mhm.
We'd like for people to be engaged when they walk in the door, and we want them to feel like they're walking into another universe,
Right.
and or maybe an escape. You know, it's we're all there's always going to be things. There's always stuff in people's lives. It's called life, and there's things that we'd rather not have to deal with. And sometimes, what wouldn't it be great for 45 minutes to an hour and a half to leave all the stress and
Right.
the everything that's going on in your life that you don't want to think about outside in your trunk. When you walk in that door, life is new. Like it's like it's an escape, and we want to give people that experience and that feeling. So when they walk back out, um, if anything else, they'll say, "Whoa, what was that?" Or
Right.
"Whoa, I would like to come back.
Right.
I'm sold."
Make them glad they left the house and went on an evening
Yes.
that's an experience. Right.
I got something I got to talk about, or I experienced. Yes, I mean,
Right.
I've been going to shows ever since I can remember, and I the one thing I've always said is, listen, I don't want to just go to see good music. I mean, I can hear that stuff at home.
Right.
I want to go and see and hear the great music, but entertain me.
Right. No, very true. Very true. Now, I want to make sure everybody knows for Under Black Sky, what are the best social media and website links that you're active on and to keep track of dates, when the new album is out, that kind of thing, where to see update with the band.
So, on which platforms?
I'm asking you which platforms are best to keep like that you're really
For us,
active on.
we're mostly active on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
But we do try to, from a communication perspective, we try to make sure that whatever platform that you're on, out there that you're watching on you'll see us and you'll know us, and whether you're YouTube or TikTok or whatever the case is, you'll get the information from us. You'll know what's going on.
Right.
It's really important. The other thing is, if you're wanting to connect and really kind of dive in and not more so than just the 15-second reel or story or things like that.
Right.
We have a public Facebook group page called The Order Beneath, which is everything under Black Sky, but from a different perspective. It's all about the story. It's all about the lore. It's all about
Very
the
cool.
codex. It's all about finding out what's coming next. And this is where we truly are building that movement and building that community of people and getting inspired from those people.
Absolutely. Well, I am looking forward to Bad Blood Chapter 1, once again, October 24th.
Yes, sir.
And we will be anticipating more good things coming from you guys. And please let us know as far as if dates expand across the country. I'm over here on the East Coast, so if you're around this area, by all means, let us know, and I'll
Well,
keep everybody updated.
where are you at?
I'm in outside of Philadelphia.
Perfect. Beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, I
Sounds
know
good.
there's a lot of things on the horizon, and stay tuned because like I said, this is just the beginning. This is the tipping point. Under Black Sky is definitely here, and we're just now warming up. And like I said, Bad Blood dropping October 24th is just the signal. It's just the sign of things to come.
Sounds great. All right, Crisis, thank you very much, and we will be looking forward to hearing more.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.